Hey, what's up, residents of Ember Shores? Welcome back to How to Survive Ember Shores with your host, Lillian. I just wanted to say I am so sorry that I haven't posted a video recently. I have been so slammed at work that I literally have no time to think about Ember Shores right now. That's not true. I am actually thinking about Ember Shores. But yeah, I've been really busy at work for the past month and a half with the new quarter coming up with all of the corporate places that I work for. And it's just been really busy at work. So I'm on day 8 of 12 right now. And then I get my weekend off and then I go into another 12 days of work. So it's going to be a busy one. So thank you for sticking by me, but I know all of you want to know a little bit more about Ember Shores, so let's talk about the new Ember Shores app. I'm currently recording this on Monday night, so by the time you'll be seeing this, it will be Tuesday. But Ember Shores just released their app. You can go ahead and download it through the iOS or the Google Store, and you should be able to just type in Ember Shores, and it's the first one that pops up. If you already have the app downloaded, like myself, you'll have to go update in the App Store to be able to get the new app version. I tried logging in originally and it was still last year, so I had to go into the Apple Store and go update the app. So here's what the new app looks like. It got a whole new facelift. So if you click get registered, it'll bring you up to this page right here. And as my internet loads, you'll go ahead and scroll down to see that you can go ahead and register for Ember Shores as an attendee. You'll click on that and be able to fill out that form. Now that form I do believe is different than the name form that you have to submit with all of your roommates' information as well. Make sure that you register through the app by, I believe it's October 17th. And then the room change naming form is due October 21st. I don't know if it's technically both of them are October 17th, but I would get in all of your names to the app as well as the form, the Google form, by October 17th to make sure that you don't get any late fees. So next we're going to click into schedule, and as you can see that there are not all of the schedule lineup things, and it only has Friday and Saturday on here, but the festival does run until Sunday, okay? If you click onto where, you'll be able to click into the atrium, beach, and pool stage and see the timings of all of those stages and when they're available. There's not much on there, but we'll see. Anyways, on map, as you can see that there is nothing currently here, but I know we're all excited to see where the stages are going to end up, so leave a comment below to tell me what your predictions are. In points of interest, you'll be able to see that there is a beach and going to be the returning photo booth. That is always very fun. And the next one is going to be the excursions. Now, this just links you into the normal Ember Shores website where you can see that they have compiled everything into a nice little section for us so that you don't have to go to the website. Now, if you click on the arrival guide, you'll be able to head and scroll down, and this is also the same as the website. You'll be able to see packages, excursions, where the resort is, the stages, food and drink, and all the other information that you may need to know before going to Ember Shores. As well as you keep scrolling down, you'll see guidelines and how old you'll need to be, where your packages and tickets are going to be at, and how to check in at the festival. Now, make sure that whoever is there, that your name is on the rooming list. I have other videos posted on my store or in my other episodes that you'll be able to have a more in-depth thing. And then if you have any other questions that I did not touch on, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will create another video or be able to just answer them straight through the comment section. Now, the airport pickup is probably going to be much different this year because in the registration through the app, it does ask you when your flight arrives. For some people who I know, like myself, who are going to be staying elsewhere before going to the resort, I went ahead and put my my flight in there anyways, but I put that I was arriving on Wednesday and Thursday because I know that I'm going to be taking the shuttle on Thursday to be able to get over to the resort, since I'm staying an extra day through Ember Shores itself. So just be aware of that. As you keep scrolling down, you'll be able to see all of the other items that you are allowed, that are accepted as well as not accepted. So make sure you go through these lists very thoroughly to make sure that you are all set to go when you go to Ember Shores. And then of course, there's just some travel basics that you should have. Make sure you have your valid ID, your passport, a credit card, which is very essential of when you check into the hotel room, and just other frequently asked questions. I'm so excited for Ember Shores this year. Like, it's gonna be so much fun. This new resort looks absolutely incredible. As an overall statement, I'm very excited to see where this app develops into as we get closer and closer to the festival. I know we're still 80 days out until Ember Shores, so there's not as much information as I know we all hope for, but hopefully within the next few weeks, we'll be able to get maybe a stage map and a few more informations on exactly how shuttling is going to work, because I know that it's a little confusing right now. But like I've said before in previous videos, Ember Shores cannot guarantee that you will be able to get a shuttle if you do not book extra days through Ember Shores. If you book through the resort, they cannot guarantee that, so you may end up having to find your own transportation to the resort. Now, there are a few options that you can take. The first one is to be able to just book your own private shuttle from the airport with maybe your group and maybe some other people who you know that might be flying in at the same time. The second option is to be able to take the Tren Maya. This is the new transportation train that runs around the Yucatan Peninsula that they have just finished building, that is actually fairly affordable. When you're in that app called Tren Maya, Tren Maya, make sure that if you are using that option to be able to purchase tickets to be able to get onto the train, there is a stop at the airport, and then you would ride into Tulum, and you can at least get closer and then be able to take another sort of transportation from Tulum to the resort, because Uber and Lyft and other rideshare services are not allowed to pick you up at the airport. So this is a more affordable option, but do note that there are only certain times where the train will run. So just make sure that you look at that app if you're worried about not being able to get on a shuttle because you did book through the resort rather than Ember Shores. This is the suggestion that I've been giving quite a lot of people who are worried about not being able to get transportation. I know private shuttles are around like $50 to $100 depending on like how many people you have, so it's fairly affordable. The Tren Maya, I want to say, is like subpar $30. I can't remember exactly how much it is. It's fairly affordable. But when you are purchasing those tickets on Tren Maya's app, make sure that you click on the international option for tickets, because they do have different tiers. If you are a Mexican resident, there is an option for like a local resident versus like an international traveler and such. So just make sure that you're looking through the options before you actually purchase the correct ticket. I think that sums up everything for today's episode, so thank you so much for watching. Be sure to watch out for my new episode of How to Survive Ember Shores that I will be touching on how to transfer your rooms as well as your room naming forms, and then a little bit more in depth on the app registration form that you also have to fill out. And hopefully I'll be getting that out in the next couple of days. But like I said, I'm super busy at work and I have no time, but that's okay because production life is where I was meant to be, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.